Welcome to the Bitstream. You are currently watching Bitstram. You are currently
Well, my mic was muted. And I can hear myself. Why can I hear myself? Not good. Not good. My audio settings must have changed. 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 Let's see here, the sound control panel. Let's see here. Yes, they have changed. They're completely wrong. Changed. They're completely wrong. Changed. They're completely wrong. They're completely wrong. Okay, test. Okay, test. Okay, test. Okay, test. Um, are they messed up in here now? Are they messed up in here now? What? Oops. Properties. That's correct. Well, okay, it stopped now. Okay. Okay, we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I guess it took it a second to remember what it was doing. Okay, welcome to the stream. As I was saying before all that happened, today in KSP, we are going to be moving our docking stuff that we put up into space on our space station. We've got them all like stacked nicely in this vertical layout, and we got to put them in their final configuration. We have some RCS tugs up there and we're going to use those to move everything. So here we go. Let's get on there. Let's fly, 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 fly away. Also, we're on 19 days of streaming without stopping, which is really awesome. It's been rough, but I'm sticking with it, hoping that we can keep it up for as long as possible. Okay, so down here on the bottom, these are 2 RCS tugs, and we're going to use these to connect to these docking ports up here. We'll put one on each side, and we'll rearrange these pods here and to where the we'll switch from this docking port to this docking port. So that way we can get some really long ships connected to the space station. Just in case like we have something huge and we want to make sure it avoids stuff and not conflict with anything. So we'll be able to dock anything we want to the space station, no matter how big it is. So the first step, I suppose, would be to just, undock this and get started. I'm gonna just quickly give us a save to start off with. And let's undock. Okay. So this guy right here is gonna need to just very carefully move out of the way. I'm hoping, I've never actually tested these, I'm hoping they just kind of work well. They might be too heavy. Yes, it's very expensive to not test something and then find out it doesn't work once you get there. Okay, so now we need to get into the orientation of that. We're just gonna set as target, and we're gonna point at the target. Well, let's see, let's point a little bit more. Let's adjust this real quick so it makes a little bit more sense. We're going away from it a little bit. Let's get back towards it. Okay. Get us some rotation here. We gotta get our... This thing feels very unbalanced by the way it's moving. But it shouldn't be. It should be a very balanced craft. Tried really hard to make it super symmetrical. Okay. Here we go. Gotta get these all lined up. My first thing I'm trying to do is just get the orientation, the tug, correct. There we go. Let's get it all lined up here. So the next step is to now move towards the prograde marker. But not too fast. Not too fast. Almost there. Almost there. Rotate this thingy around. There we go. And we have docked. Okay. Now, this step might be the harder one. We are going to move this section out so that way we can get the other tug up in there. And hopefully we don't drift off into space when we do that. So, let's go ahead and undock this. And let's get this stable. We want to make sure this thing stays as close to the space station as possible. Don't want to don't want to control from here. Just don't want it to completely get lost in space, get completely out of control.
Lost in space.
It's a TV show. Okay, okay. Get a little bit farther away just so we have room. Hopefully that's enough space. Go ahead and slow down. Don't want to drift away anymore. It'd be kind of cool if in KSP2 they could add like an automatic parking mode to help you keep something just staying in one place in orbit. Okay, so now let's get this over there. Gonna have to get some rotation. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, we're gonna set this as target. Okay. Okay, now slow down a little bit. Let's move up into position. This is going like way better than expected already, so that's good. All right. Wow. Okay. Good. Uh-oh. We're moving a little far away now. Let's go ahead and catch back up to the space station. It seems we've imparted some movement. Gotta find the correct buttons to press. Oh, here we go. Come on, space station, come back to me. Set as target. Control from here. Here we go. Okay. Now we gotta rotate this thing into position. There we go. How much RCS fuel do we have? We got plenty. Good, I overbuilt it. This thing is very well balanced. As all things should be. Okay, let's slow down just a little bit. I have a hard time figuring out these buttons. Okay, okay. Now we need to get some of this rotation over here. Let's back up a little bit. Up a little bit, please. Okay. Yo, the Bark King, what's up? I'm docking things in space. And it's going well somehow. You know, I didn't even rearrange these docking ports. I forgot to. But everything is lined up so well, it doesn't really matter. Okay. We're almost there. I go down a little bit. Here we go. Gotta go forward a tad. Get this all in there real quick like. There we go, it's all lined up now. Just gotta click it in. Hey, we did it. Okay. Module number 1 is docked. Cool. Okay, now we gotta do number 2. Let's get these off of here. Undock. How much fuel do these still have? Quite a lot. I've used barely any of it. That's really good. Let's set as target, and let's control from here. Okay. Let's move these on over. Oop. Oop, oop. Oop. I've messed up. Okay. Everything's okay. All the buttons are very confusing. Pretty sure docking is toss. Against terms of service. Well, that might be a problem because I gotta do it 4 times. Sorry, Twitch. Forgive me. I'm docking. What do you mean, what am I doing? Oh, Valerie doesn't know what docking is. Google it. I love you too. Okay, moving on in. And here we go. Docked. Cool. Okay, so let's rearrange this docking node a little bit. The alignment angle is not quite right. That's pretty close. Okay, let's go ahead and undock this one. And while that is going, we need to slow it down a bit. Or speed it up a bit. Get it farther away. No. Get it farther away. There we go. And move it over slightly. with how simple this is, I might not even need that second RCS tug. But it is helpful. I had to explain Smellerby what space ice cream was, how movement in space works. Good. At least it was educational. Movement in space is complicated. Well, not complicated, it's just hard to do. She's watching some Korean space show and was confused how someone could fall in space. Ah! Well, see, you just gotta think outside the box, really. It's just, not as obvious as it sounds. Hey! Thank you for the follow, Squishy Hombre. Hope you're enjoying it. This is, definitely the first time I've ever made something like this. Pretty cool. Just realized this docking port, this RCS thruster is not centered. And that's gonna bug me. Finally, someone says my full name correctly. Oh, good. I'm glad I'm the first. I just realized this thing over here has been drifting away, and I need to grab it real quick. Okay, there. I couldn't figure out which ship I was controlling for a minute. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm just trying to get this awkwardly large RCS tug over this docking thing. Oh, was that thunder? Yeah, I live in an apartment complex, and so I either heard thunder just now or someone just completely died on the stairs. It could have been both. Here we go. Here we go. Almost there. This is still working quite well. Really surprised. I haven't played this game in so long. Whoop. Hey, there we are. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. I like how they docked and were immediately like, let's go! I gotta figure out which button makes me go back now. There we go. There we go. Slow down. Come on. There you go. There you go. Okay, set as target and control from here. And let's rotate this. Oh, my controls have just changed. That's gonna be confusing. Okay. Final orientation is almost completed. Alright, just gotta slow down a little bit. Too much lateral movement. And going down a little bit, I need to go up. And there we go. We're going to dock in just a moment. Boom, docked. Okay, that is number 2 out of 4. Just 2 more to go. Where's the sun at? Okay, it's going to be a while before we get the sun again. The electric charge should be fine. It is. It's perfect. Okay, let's do it again. Undock. Let's do this right now. Going to set as target. I have never watched anyone actually play this game. It seems really relaxing. So there's a thing about this game. It's very relaxing and very slow until it isn't. And then you're suddenly finding yourself making 100 different decisions a second and trying not to die. And so it's got a little bit of both. Like say going to the moon over there in the distance. It's got like the whole trip there is fine until it's time to land. And then that's where it gets really quick. So, I mean, it just depends on what you want to do. Mars is also fun. It's called Duna in this game. It's a little bit harder to land on because it has a small atmosphere. So you can kind of use parachutes, but not really. Lathe is also a fun place to go to. It's at Jewel, which is this game's Jupiter, and you land on its moon, Lathe, which is like a miniature Earth. You can take planes there and fly them around. If you can get them there. Okay, let's get this alignment angle just a little bit. This so far has been pretty relaxing. Sometimes doing all this stuff in space can get kind of hectic, especially if if I hadn't planned this out as well as I did, it'd be really bad. Because as soon as something is not balanced correctly, it becomes a lot harder to control it. Like right now, if I try and move this left or right, it would be really hard to control. But because I designed all these modules to be even, so they're pretty much the same weight all the way across, and I've got 2 tugs instead of just 1, it's not bad at all. It's been pretty fun so far. I feel like watching someone with no concept of how things move try to land would be hilarious. Our wives. She's giving me quite a face right now. But there are a lot of things in this game that aren't really obvious to the people that haven't done space stuff before. Like, when I first started playing this game years ago, like, I didn't know to go to orbit, I wasn't supposed to just go straight up. I was supposed to, like, turn over to the side and go sideways into orbit. This game is great at teaching you, like, actually useful things. If you're willing to learn it. Do mistakes end in explosions? Most definitely.
Untap me.
That's okay. And it's really satisfying when you get stuff like this out in space, and like you've maneuvered it so perfectly, it looks like it's just sitting completely still next to the other craft. It will, if we let this go, it will eventually drift off. Despite how, like, still it looks right now. But it is nice to just have a whole bunch of things out there and just kind of floating around without having to worry about them. And math isn't bad once you become fluent in it, just like any other language. Yeah, that's true. I would also say that you really don't have to know math to play this game. You used to, like, so there's a really important thing called delta V, which basically tells you how much fuel you have to get somewhere. It used to not be in the game by default, and you had to, like, do math and stuff to figure out what it was, which I enjoyed. But it's better that it's in the game now. It's something that's, like, integral. Like, if you want to go anywhere, you have to have some sort of idea of how much fuel you need. Uh-oh, don't... Oh, I was gonna bump it. Oh, okay. Can we not bump the space station? Can we stop? Oh, turned on the lights. There we go. set as target. Control from here. Okay, let's rotate this thing. There's definitely more math you can apply to this than just the delta V stuff, but that is probably the most useful thing you can do. Otherwise, math is kind of optional. What am I doing wrong here? What's my button? Oh, there it is. My RCS tugs are a little wonky. One of them's crooked. Like it's this one. Let's fix that real quick. Well, that looks worse. I am conversational in Spanish and know the complete basics of Japanese. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I know some Spanish words. My coworker has been teaching me all the bad words lately. There we go. I used to be close to fluent in Spanish, but after not using it for 10 years, it has gone away. I figured if you lived in a place where it was needed more, it'd be a lot easier to learn it. Need to slow my roll. There we go. Go up a little bit. And we're docking. A little crooked, but we're getting there. Boink. Okay. That is number 3, just one to go. And then we'll deal with this thing off in the distance that I've got floating around. I forgot to do that on my last stream. Let's undock again. Let's select it. Turn on these things. Go from here. It says target. Yeah, I went to a middle school where the majority of students spoke Spanish as their first language. Oh, okay. Cool. If I've got time, we'll be launching the next part of the space station too. This should get us on Minecraft. I might do that a little bit later. I have another part of the space station. So add to the bottom of this section down here Um, it's the power section, everything like solar panels, batteries, and things. That'd be fun. Okay, now let's undock this. And move it backwards. And I'm going to turn off the RCS thrusters this time when they connect. Because I do not want these things to keep flinging themselves around. As it is not helpful. Oh yeah, I meant to ask if you were hosting a new Minecraft server. So we were. I've got one just for us that I can turn on. I just gotta activate it. There we go. Okay, let's stop moving, please. I feel like we're pretty stationary. Okay. RCS off. Now let's undock this. There we go. Okay. Control from here. And let's target. Okay. Yeah, I can get that server set up for us to play on, and I'll just leave it on. I'll probably stream on it from time to time. Well, let us know when it goes up. Okay, I'll let you know. I can, if I've got time, I'll do it tonight. But we can definitely have it up this weekend. The time when everyone could be on would be best anyways. Okay. I need to make sure it works. It's been a while since I've messed with it. Oh! Oh no! What's the button? Oh, I'm crashing. Oh, I bumped it. Oh. Sorry, the space station is going to come with a couple dents before I'm done with it. There's the button I'm looking for. Okay. So, turning the RCS off, it didn't seem to help very much. Still ran into it anyway. Okay. Roll from here. And set as target. Okay. All lined up. Just gotta move it over there now. And this is where we'll dock shuttles to. Things like that. Almost there. And docked. Okay, is everything square? It looks like it is. Okay, so we need to go ahead and I guess we'll just leave these tugs here for now. We'll use them as they're needed. And let's get... Wait, is there a way we can mess with this? No, can't dock to it. This RCS tank down at the bottom needs to leave. Okay, that will be the next step. We're gonna launch a part that will take over where that RCS tank is, but first, let's go ahead and get all the RCS fuel we can out of it. There we go. And it should fill these other tanks back up. Okay. So we can go ahead, go back to Kerbin, and make our new module for the station. Okay, so the next module is going to be the power module. This is where all the batteries are stored. So the first thing we need to do is make a thing that it can dock to. So we need Rampotron docking port. Put it here. Now we're gonna need an adapter because we're gonna go to 2 meters wide. Okay. Now we can change the color of this if we want to, but that is ugly. But we're not. This can also be where, like, some of this space station isn't actually, like, doesn't actually serve a purpose. Like, we don't need an SAS module here, but I'm going to add one just because it will kind of fill out this section of the space station a bit. And more SAS control is never a bad thing. Let's see, what else could we put here? Get our battery. We're gonna need a lot of batteries. I wish they had more options for batteries. 5 should be good. See. What else could we put here? We could put fireworks on it. Fireworks are fun. See, there's just not a lot to do with power stuff. It adds some of these things to make it look like it's doing more than it is. These are just science experiments. About to jokingly suggest explosives. If I could have something that just perpetually exploded, that would be great. I don't know if fireworks run out. Let's see. Doesn't look like they do. Oh, it does. It only has 8. I can probably add some in a little bit. I've not messed with the fireworks stuff yet. That was the thing they added as like their very last update to the game. Let's see. More explosives. Alright, we'll definitely add some fireworks. I could just stick one of these engines off to the side. We could make a fake reactor. Let's see if we can do that. Have one of these here. Oop. I don't want a shroud. No shroud. So we could have this here, and we can put some stuff inside of it to make it look like it's glowing. See if we can mount this better. Ah, there. Okay, let's add some more. Well, these ended up looking different. and make them the same. Merge those down in there. There. Okay, now we make these on there. Can you make a militant space crew? Maybe call it Space Force or something. I can't really. I can't really make like a military like themed thing. Unless I get some mods. I could actually mod some guns into the game. You could make fighter jets and stuff like that. Okay. Let's add another light here in the middle. Might work actually. What happens if you find aliens and you don't have guns? But you said this game was realistic. I don't know the answer to that. Let's see. I wish I could make these brighter. Oh, that's cool. You can change the way these that's really cool. I like these lights. I guess they're meant for cars and stuff. Well, I guess that is our pretend reactor thingy. Okay, well that's something. That's definitely better than what I had. We need some beams to connect these for sure. There's a button I can press that will make this attach to the closest attachment point, but I forgot what the button is. We'll just do this. Okay. Let's name this power module. Base station power module. Okay. And save. Right, and then to power the other half of this thing, let's put one of these ore inverters on there. There we go. Boom. Oh, I know a way I can make this look brighter. We need some more lights. There we are. Now that makes it look real bright. Starting to look like a secret weak spot. The rebels will bomb to destroy your base. No, there's no vent tube. They can't do anything if there's no vent tube. Their proton torpedoes are useless against me. Okay. Got that. Now we just need a way to dock this thing. So we need to figure out how heavy this is. It is 15.281. 15,281 kilograms. So I need to make double that. We are going to make another section over here. Let me think about how I want to do this. So we need to put a docking port on the bottom of this. Okay. Oh. We need to put a docking port on the bottom of this. And this is where our RCS section will go. And how we'll get that other RCS tank off the space station. Well, first of all, we're going to need a way to control it. So that's going to require a robot. We'll just use this one. So we're going to need another little docking port here. And We're going to need a considerable amount of weight, and we can get that by putting on some RCS fuel. And let's get our RCS thrusters on here. We're going to want a bunch of them to give us the maneuverability that we want. Okay. I recently saw one of those cosplay girls who cosplayed the Death Star, and she positioned it so that the vent was between her legs. Got her a lot of internet points. Oh, wow. That's creative. Use the Force, Luke. Okay, let's go ahead and get SAS module for this. Okay. We're gonna get a fuel tank, a big fuel tank. I want a smaller fuel tank. There we go, that's what we want. Wait, okay, my robot's still there. Okay, so that is almost the perfect amount of weight. So I probably want a smaller fuel tank than that. I probably want this one here, because we have to add an engine to the bottom of this, and that's going to add a lot more weight. Is there not a smaller one I can use? I thought there was. Ah, is it? Yeah. Okay. Now we need our engine, and we'll see which weight that is. This is an ugly looking spacecraft, but it will work, and that's all that matters. Okay, we can probably put the bigger fuel tank on here. It is not heavy. Okay. Okay. What this will do is give us the balance we need to put the RCS thrusters way back here, but well, not if I do it like this. I need to move this up. This will give us the balance between the RCS thrusters and the weight up here compared to the weight back here. So the center of mass will hopefully be around here. Let me turn that on. Okay, it's not low enough. I can work on that. We're gonna need some more. We need some solar panels and some batteries. Put those on here. Okay. That's all lined up. Let's add a bigger fuel tank to this. That's a lot closer, but not enough, so let's go again. Well, let's use this one and that smaller one I found before. Yeah. That's pretty close. I think that'll work. Save. Okay. And let's add a way to vent this fuel. Ooh. I just had a better idea. Instead of RCS fuel, through that, we're not going to use RCS fuel. We're just going to use normal fuel. There we go. And now we'll use these Werner engines, which are basically RCS thrusters, but they use normal fuel. We'll put these down here at the bottom. And put 2 up here. So I'll have these deactivated. So these down at the bottom will be deactivated until we get docked. And then once we undock and just use this bottom core, we'll activate these bottom ones and deactivate these. And then it should be pretty balanced. So we just need to go back in, add the batteries. And add some solar panels. And add in an antenna just in case we lose communication. This should be fine. We'll just put 1 on there. Okay. So I think we're good. Save again. Now we need to launch this thing. Open up the Delta V map, or Delta V majig. So, go to vacuum. And we're going to add a decoupler. .5 meter decoupler. Okay. Now we're going to add a fairing. Go. Do 3.75. Okay. And clamshell deploy because that's way cooler. And do we want, I think we want the chrome fairing. Now this is like a silver bullet. Now we need the rocket engine that will get us up from low Kerbin orbit into our final orbit. Let's get that engine. Here's the fuel tank. Get the engine. And I kind of want to make this one a little overkill just because the more fuel we have, the easier it will be to get this thing exactly where we need it. So that is 1,500 meters a second, which is more than enough. Looks better than all the billionaires' personal rockets. It does. Okay. Now we're going to add another decoupler. Now we're gonna make this bottom section of the rocket bigger. This will be the part of the rocket that gets us from the ground up into space. Move this up. Okay. And let's see if that is enough, or if I need to add more stuff. Add the base. Let's get the engines. Oh, that shows me, the yellow circle shows me where the center of mass is on the rocket. Okay. 3,300. So that's about 4,000, 4.5. Plenty. That should get us up into space. I forgot to do one thing, so let's do that one thing. Detach this for a moment. And I need to auto strut all this stuff. Just so it stays more rigid. Auto strut. Auto strut. Especially these batteries. The batteries can be really floppy. Floppy batteries are bad. And I'm doing this a little more than I need to, but it all helps. Okay. Maybe she is bad at this because she doesn't pay attention. Okay. Let's make sure our staging is correct. Bottom engines go, decouple. And then big engine goes. Bearing explodes. Decoupler goes. And then that engine matters. The other two are decorative. So let's make sure these turn off completely. We don't want the gimbal. Don't want nothing. Okay. Save. Alright, let's launch. Now comes the hard part. Launching this thing so it rendezvous with the space station. This is where learning a little bit of orbital mechanics will help a lot. Save real quick. Set as target. Okay, now there is a place we can't see because it's in shadow, but there's this place over here that looks kind of like India. Once the space station gets to India, that's when we launch, and if we're good at it, which I'm not because I haven't done this in a long time, then we should be able to fly straight up to the space station. And yes, I do know the orbital mechanics on how to do this. And we're almost there. About there. Okay. We're gonna save again real quick. F5 and launch. I know what center of mass means. I can fly a space station. I've done this before, and if I was better practiced at it, it would be really cool. But you can rendezvous right up with it. Like, as the space station is flying over the horizon, you'll speed up just enough to get there. Trick here is to not go too fast. Oh, there's Minmus. A little dot in the background. Okay, on the top of the screen, I don't know how easy or whatever it is. I don't know. It's probably too hard to read. Probably too small. But at the top of the screen, we have the apoapsis height, and the apoapsis height is the highest point of my orbit. Currently, it's 40 kilometers, and we want that to be 100. My periapsis is right below that. That is the lowest point of my orbit. Orbit. It's now negative 513 kilometers because it is currently inside the planet right now. You can read that just fine. Good. Okay. Once we get up to 70 kilometers, we are outside of the atmosphere and can safely, unlike real life, in the game, once you hit 70 kilometers, the atmosphere just does not exist anymore. Okay, we hit 100 kilometers apoapsis. Point prograde. Probably going to drift up a little bit until we get completely out of the atmosphere, which is fine. My target is up behind us still. So, target at intersect position. So, I'm going too fast. So, I need to raise my orbit a little bit to get a encounter. Oh, my inclination is pretty bad. It's 0.3. We want these purple triangles to match up with this green one. If we can get them lined up in the exact same spot, we're good. Pretty close. I could probably just raise my orbit up a bit more. So, ascending node. Alright, let's try here. "15 kilometers apart" isn't terrible for space. But I would like them to be closer. 9 meters a second, or 9.76 meters apart, kilometers apart, 5 kilometers, 4, 3, 2, 1, and okay, 0.4. That's where we're gonna leave it. My ascending node is a little off. So this means space station is in this orbit, and my orbit looks a little bit like this. So when I, like, the only two places my orbit will meet the space station is at the ascending and descending nodes. So when I get to that ascending node, I can correct my orbit to make it more flat, like the space station. Right now my rocket is content on spinning out of control, so that's fine. I forgot. We need a point prograde instead. We still have to get to space. Before it's too late. So, where's my maneuver node? There it is. While we're doing that maneuver, we are also going to make sure we get to space. So ideally, we get to space and we align our orbit perfectly with the space station's orbit. Just gotta do this quick because I don't have a lot of time before we actually gotta get started. That's pretty close. I think we're gonna leave it right there for now. Yeah, we're gonna leave it right here for now. My burn time is 19 seconds. So, we need to start burning on either side of this maneuver node. So we have to do some of our burn here and some of our burn here because the burn time, or the amount we have to burn, is calculated at that point. So if we could do 492.7 meters a second, right here at this exact point, we'll have completed the maneuver. Problem is, that's impossible. The best thing we can do is do half here and then half over here. So, 19 seconds. And that means that's about 20 seconds, so T minus 10 seconds, we gotta start. It does look like I'm gonna have to stage to my less powerful engine, so I might want to do it more like T minus 15 seconds to account for that. I'm kind of guessing. Space station is right here, by the way. This is me. There it is down there. I'm sure that kind of guessing is how NASA does it too. How else would they do it? There's no math for this. Oh, you'd be surprised. A lot of NASA employees play Kerbal. I'm sure of it. That's how a lot of this game is how a lot of people got into the business. They enjoyed this so much that
I walked in and said, "Yo, I played Kerbal for 10 years. I got this."
Hey, you do learn some things.
I know.
I forgot to start. Alright, we're about to stage. There we go. Don't hit the space station on the way down, please.
Boom, explosion.
Okay. Let's see how good we did. Our closest approach will be 11.2 kilometers. So now what we need to do is just fix this a little bit because our burn was not perfect. We just need to work our orbit in a bit better. Good, we fixed our ascending and descending nodes. It looks like I'm a little slow now. So we need a point prograde or a point retrograde. Slow ourselves down so we can speed up the other side of our orbit. I don't want to point at target. I don't need to point at the orbit.
Slow down so you can speed up.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, slow down so we can speed up. The closer we are to the planet, the faster we will go.
That makes sense.
So we have to go slower to drop our orbit down.
That makes sense.
I need to lower the thrust on this engine because that was way too fast. Separation distance is 6 kilometers. 5, 4, 2, I skipped 3, 1, and okay. Okay, 0.6. That's good. 0.6 is good. And also, since we're still in the daylight, let's go ahead and deploy our fairing. Ooh. Kinda did it weird because I'm not moving. Okay, so now, over here, where we meet the object, meet the space station, we need to add another maneuver. This is where we finish aligning the orbit. So we need to burn inward towards the planet just a little bit. We need to slow down a little bit. So you know what? Let's cancel this. It looks like about right here is where we need to do our aligning. Let's see. That's super close. I may have dropped it a little bit too much. Okay. I believe that is what we want. And then once we get into this new orbit, we can walk our way into the space station. So the burn will be 11 seconds. Well, let's turn this gimbal limit up a little bit. Okay, 8 seconds. We'll do 8 seconds. T minus 4 seconds is when we will go. Where's the space station? Should be just ahead of us. There it is. Seven, 6, 5, 4. Closest approach is now 1.5 kilometers, just like I wanted. Okay. So now, all we gotta do is get towards the space station. So we will point at it. We want to point outwards a bit. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and fast forward a bit more until we're about 1.5 kilometers away. Space station is moving that way across the screen. So if we point retrograde and move that way, we'll cancel that velocity. And I guess it's also coming towards us this direction. So we might need to burn inward towards the planet a little bit. Okay, our separation distance is closing. 1.3. 2. 1. Bless you. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Can I get a 2? I don't think I'm going to get 2. Oh, okay, we went back up to 4. Point prograde a little bit and go back to that 0.3 that we had. Oh, we can sort of see the shape of the space station now. If I move the camera around, probably see it. There it is. We're so close, yet so far. Point 3. Okay. So that's very, very close. Probably just going to leave it there. And we're just going to have to figure out which way we need to burn when we get there. To get closer. Looks like we're going to need to burn prograde, which is nice because we're already pointed over there. Hit the station to throw out a line when you go by. You know, they did that in The Martian. That was exciting. It is really cool just seeing things that you've built just there, and you can go visit them. Okay, I'm canceling my velocity out just a little bit. Okay, looks like we need to point anti-normal as the space station is going downwards. Yeah, it's fine. Basically, what we're doing here isn't just getting to the space station. As we do this, we are slowly aligning our orbit so it's exactly the same as the space station. See, I need to go outward a bit. Getting away from me. And then we'll go downward.
No.
You can't see it, but I am throttling up. Doesn't show it very well. There we go. Okay. Go a little bit prograde. Still moving that way some. And back to anti-normal like we planned. And we want to wait for the space station to get to here before we do that. Okay. Now we can pretty much point at the space station and just go to it. I have made a mistake. This rocket engine is going to be left out here probably, unless I can find a way to deorbit it. We'll see what happens here in a minute. Okay, once we get there, we'll just slow right on down. Our closest approach is now 0.1 kilometers. When it gets down to 0.1, we'll go ahead and slow down and figure out whatever we need to do to correct this orbit. Looks like we need to go normal a bit. Prograde just a little bit.
Oh my god.
You have a hard time with your penguins? Yes, they tell me what's happened.
Oh, stay still.
They're moving around. They're waddling away, and she can't control them. Okay, coming right up on it now. Closest approach is 0.0, so this is gonna be pretty close.
What would be helpful right now?
Okay.
Saber said I'm tired.
Well, this is just about perfect. Okay, we're gonna try and not leave this engine up here in space. We're gonna do our best to not do that. Alright, let's get those Werner engines on and try this thing out. First we need to get this out of the way by undocking it. Okay, that will eventually just drift away. RCS. Uh-oh. We have a problem. We don't have RCS in all directions. That makes this harder. Activate all three of these. I can't use RCS to go forwards or backwards. That's gonna be a challenge. Because I have to move this thing forward to dock. Nice. What? Use a tug. Yeah, the tug would help. Well, I don't have a way to dock it. Because the thing I'm going to dock it to is up here. And that's what... Yeah, I'm kind of stuck. I don't have a way to dock it without the tug being in the way. I mean, I can still probably do it. This is hard mode. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the toss a line strat would be great right now. I don't have one. What was that? Come on. Okay, so I have a way to do this, but we're gonna turn the entire space station. Oh, Uh-oh. 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 Woo! Woo!
It's gonna explode!
Okay. Okay, that was close.
Woo.
I accidentally overcooked it a bit. Okay, I got this. Look at that engine wiggle wobble. Okay, okay. Do this quick. We're gonna control from here, control from here, control from here. Okay. And now we're gonna set as target and then point at it. Okay. Now we just gotta go at this very slowly. And we'll dock. That simple. Now I just gotta use RCS. What does the engine do? It wiggle woggles. What noise did I make? I don't know what I did.
I don't know so fast.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna dock this time. It's gonna be like magic. It's just gonna happen. It's trying really hard not to do it, but it's gonna happen. Okay. We're going slow enough, so I should be able to be hands off and it just work. Gotta correct it a little bit. Oh, it's gonna take a whole minute. It's like that picture of Adam and God doing this. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. No hands! No hands! Bonk. Hey! It did it. Okay.
Spoiler.
And let's get this thing pointed back in its correct orientation. Well, there's no Kerbals, so there's going to be 0 deaths regardless. There we go. It's all robots. I don't have any Kerbals on here yet. I haven't gotten to that point. Eventually, though, I will have a lot. Turn the lights on. Yeah. Okay, so I forgot to deorbit this thing before. So we're gonna do it now. Just remoting in, you're gonna get a virus like that. Okay, let's turn this thing around and get it back down to Kerbin. I'll probably land it. Let's try landing it. Goodbye. Oh, music stopped. See, we need to go up a bit. I've entered the atmosphere too early. I'm gonna try and land it at the Space Center. Oh, I am. Some stuff will, well, you know, I don't really know how much will explode. We'll find out. A lot of things in this game are surprisingly resilient. Let's try that. Wish I could make this go a little bit faster. Okay. Dropping on down into the atmosphere. This is Kerbal India, by the way. Hey! How are you doing? Thank you for hopping into the stream. I'm deorbiting a piece of space junk real quick. I'm going to see if I can land it. I'm working on a space station. I just got a whole bunch of stuff docked to it. And I'm about to deorbit a couple more things. Ooh, here we go. Trying to land this at KSC just for fun. I think I'm gonna have to slow down more. Boom, 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 boom. coming over the mountains now. This is a weird looking ship, you know? Speed up again. Where's the HQ based? It's just right down here on the equator. There's a couple other launch sites too, like there's an airfield over here on this island. There's a place over here in the desert that you can launch from. But this is the default one. I'm gonna overshoot it a bit. The lower atmosphere will help slow me down. If I have enough fuel, I'll hop back over a little bit, get closer to the KSC. I don't think I will. I don't think this thing's gonna make itself fly. It's probably too heavy. There's that airfield over there. Yes, I am landing in the ocean. I was planning on blowing this thing up, so landing in the ocean is fine. I don't think I'm going to be able to slow down fast enough. No, SpaceX would probably explode. And boom. It's all gone. I was going way too fast. Okay. Recovered vessel. Apparently I recovered something. Space Center. Let's get back into orbit and get rid of the other stuff that's in space. And I'll show you the space station. Okay. This is either the space junk or the space station. I'm not sure which I selected. I selected the space junk. Okay, let's go to the other one. We're gonna take the space junk out from space though. Switch to.
It exploded.
I'm gonna go to the academy and buy some space ice cream for my wife to try tomorrow since she's never heard of it before. It's delicious.
Space Academy.
I don't like it. I don't know. Okay.
Is it like Dippin' Dots?
No. You've had it before. They probably do have Dippin' Dots though. Okay. So let's undock this. Oh yeah, let me show you the space station real quick.
Oh, I thought you were saying that.
So up here is the crew module. This was the first thing I launched. It's got a couple like extra little things to keep it activated, like antennas, solar panels, and some batteries in there. I've got 2 docking ports up here on the sides because I'm gonna have more crew areas that extend out to here and over here. Down here at the bottom, or in the middle, I should say, this is the docking section. So I've got 4 arms that ships can dock to. These are little tugs that help to move all these things in place. And down here is the power section. This is where all the batteries exist and things like that. And I'm going to be adding solar panels next. It's just that is a much bigger ship that I don't have time to make and get up into space tonight. Then down below that, where this is, we're going to have a huge fuel tank area. So I can send ships up here and then send those ships out to other places in space. So now I got this space junk over here that I gotta go get to first. Let's undock this and get it moving. We're gonna set this as target and let's point prograde. Yeah, I love it. Academy always has the ice cream sandwiches, but sometimes they just have plain ice cream too. I don't like the ice cream sandwiches as much. I like just the astronaut ice cream. Speaking of ice cream sandwiches, though, I do have some, and I need to go eat some when I'm done. See if we can get our orbit lined up here. Hey, thank you for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the stream. I stream KSP and I stream Destiny, Halo, and I was thinking about getting the newest Assassin's Creed and playing it. But thank you for the follow. I'm about to go get some Bluebell cookies and cream. Ooh, that sounds good. See if we can get these orbit a little bit closer. I think if I burn, let's see. If I burn radial in, that might be good. Yeah, 0.9. I don't know how to play Kerbal. Okay, that's fine. It is a challenging game to learn, but once you've learned the basics, it's so much fun. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a bunch of planets you can visit, and they all have their own challenges. Like some have super high gravity, some have atmospheres.
Ice cream.
What about ice cream? Huh?
Planet.
Oh yeah, there's an ice cream planet. So not this moon. Let me show you the moons over here. So around the main planet, that's like Earth, there's a moon, but beyond it is another moon. It's very small. It's easy to land on. It's a good beginner place to land. And it's made of ice cream. Let's zoom back in so I don't smack into this thing. All right, we're gonna have to burn retrograde. Can't even get into orbit. Well, once I get this thing out of space and crashed into the ground, I'll give you a quick tutorial. I think I need to burn downwards a little bit. The stuff I'm doing right now is a little bit more advanced, but getting into orbit, I can definitely show you how to do that. I'll try and figure out the simplest way to show you. Back with ice cream, Smellerbee has some Oob ice cream. She got the Asian market. What makes that different? Is it just more than just that? Is it ube. Let's get that retrograde target. Whew. Okay. Wow, I just nailed that. Let's point towards the target. I've had some red bean ice cream. I don't like red bean stuff. I've tried that before. It is a type of purple yam. Okay, let's see if I can control this at all. Because if I can't... Okay, I can. Good. We need to point this. There. It says target and point at it. Okay. We should be able to dock with this now. There we go. Oh, come on. Like, that is close enough. Okay. I've heard of it from the K-dramas I've seen. Oh, we're almost there. Almost docked. And... honk. We did it. Okay. So now we gotta destroy this thing. Let's turn this thruster all the way up. And let's get down to Earth. And then, quick tutorial on how to get into orbit. Woo! We're gonna buzz it. Definitely not NASA approved right there. Not a recommended maneuver. Especially when you haven't saved like I have. Okay. Enough fuel for this. I'm just gonna blow it up. Got plenty of fuel for this. I have even more fuel. What is going to happen to the rocket you just left behind, though? It's still falling. It's falling just about as fast as this one is. It's just this one is going a little bit quicker. It was already heading to Kerbin. I'm just making this section of it go there a bit faster. Because that's fun. I can also point prograde now and get to Kerbin even faster. It will just land somewhere on Earth randomly. Well, it'll probably explode before it gets there. We can watch it if we've got time. I'll try and blow this one up as quick as I can. Oh, I just heard it explode. I heard something explode. That was probably the other part of the rocket. Okay, I can go and see real quick if it's in space still. It probably isn't. Okay, it's about to crash. Here it goes. This part might actually survive. Hey, it all exploded. Okay. So let's go to the Space Center, and now it's time for the quick tutorial on how to get to space. Are you prepared? Oh yeah, it's great that the planet's not developed. If I turn the difficulty settings up a bit more, I can make the re-entry more realistic and things would burn up a lot faster. Way before they reach the ground. Okay. So, to get to space, the first thing you need is a rocket. So we're going to build a simple rocket. We're going to take the normal Mark 1 small command pod, and we're going to name this rocket Get to Space. So this command pod is just has enough room for one Kerbal. So let's go ahead. We got a little dude in there. Got Jebediah, the bravest Kerbal of them all. And now we're not going to talk about getting back from space or how to land with parachutes or anything. This is just going to be a real quick get to space tutorial. So all we care about right now is fuel. So we need an engine. It's easier if we work backwards. So if we start at the top of the rocket's going to end up in space. So we need an engine that will take it from. So if we imagine we've already launched into space, this will get us the rest of the way that we need to go. We'll take this engine, we'll put it on the bottom. This is the Terrier liquid fuel engine. And we can see by clicking the Delta V icon and the vacuum icon that it has 1760 meters a second. And a good launch, you only need about 4,000 to 5,000 meters a second to get into space. So now that we've got the thing, the engine that will take us from almost in space to in space, now we need an engine that will take us from the planet to space. So we're going to need a decoupler. This is a 1.25 meter tank and engine, so we need a 1.25 meter decoupler. This TD12, what we want. So now that we've got that, we can add another bigger fuel tank to the bottom of this. So let's try this one, and then that way we can add a bigger engine to the bottom of this. And then we'll add another fuel tank. Is there one that's a little bit longer? Not that big, please. Ah, yes, here we go. So now we've got this bigger fuel tank on the bottom. Probably need another one. Okay, let's put an engine on it and see how it goes. So a good engine to use is the Mastodon liquid fuel engine. That's a little big, so we're not going to use that one actually. Let's try the swivel liquid fuel engine. That's a little small. The skipper? Nope, too big. Let's see. Some of these engines are better used in space, like they're way more efficient and you can get a lot farther with them. And some of them are way better while you're in the atmosphere, getting out and into space. Like this one is really good for getting up into space. And this engine up here is really good for in space. Okay, so I ended up using the Mastodon, and I right-clicked on it, and I used this other variant to make it a little bit smaller so it fits. So we have about, let's see, we have 3,000 plus 1,000 is 4,000. We have about 4,800 delta V. So this main engine here, delta V is the amount of fuel that you have, like the amount of energy that you have to get to a place. So let me think of it like this. Delta V is the change in velocity. So you can change your velocity from 0 to about 4,800 meters a second. And it takes about 4,000 meters a second to get into orbit. It's a little bit more complicated. It's not as important right now. Just know that you need about 4,000 to 5,000 to get to orbit. The more you have, the more leeway you have. Like you can mess up more, and you'll be okay. So I'm gonna hit save, and so we got the engine on the bottom, and then it will decouple, and we'll have the smaller engine at the top. So let's see how this goes. Now, the first thing you want to do at any launch is you're going to save the game. So if you hit F5, it will make a quick save. And you can press F9, or you have to hold it. Hold F9, and you'll load that quick save, and we'll be right back at where we were. Watch you blow up giving a tutorial. I might. I would not put it past me to mess this up. Okay, so now that we've saved, we want to turn on the SAS controls, which is the T button, or you can just click it on the nav ball. We don't have any RCS, so it doesn't matter if that's on or off. We're going to throttle all the way up. Take this out of the way. I'll throttle all the way up by pressing Z, or you can hold down Shift and Control to make it go lower. And X will turn off your throttle. Okay. So what we're going to do after we launch is we're going to go straight up. And once this up here gets to 10,000 meters, we're going to start tilting over to the side until we get this gold diamond here. We're going to point it at the 90-degree number. But we only start doing that at about 10 kilometers up. And then the higher we go, the more we turn over to the side. You just got to be careful. You don't want to turn over too much, or you might not make it up into orbit. So let's just go ahead and launch. We're going to go straight up. I'm going to throttle down a little bit. I'm going way too fast. This engine is really big for this little rocket. So we're going up. We're at 2 kilometers now. Once we get to 10 kilometers, we'll start turning. And we want to turn to the east, and the east is out towards the ocean. Going a little too fast still. I'm going really fast. 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers, 9 kilometers, and 10 kilometers. Now, the reason why we wait till we're at 10 kilometers to start our turn is because this is where the atmosphere starts to get lighter, starts to get thinner. So we're fighting against the air less, and we can start using Kerbin's gravity to help us get into orbit. I'm starting to turn sideways, and we can see how far out of the atmosphere we are up here. Just gotta keep going. I'm at 90 degrees now on the nav ball. And if you spin out here, that's okay. It might just mean you're turning too fast, or you've got too much thrust, or your rocket is aerodynamically unstable and you need to add some fins at the back. There's a bunch of different things that can make you flip here. All right, we're almost turning completely sideways now, but I don't want to turn all the way down to where this line is, where it turns into the brown. We're going to stay up above that just a little bit. So I'm going to stop burning real quick and check where we are on the map. So it says our apoapsis is 80 kilometers, or 80,000 meters. The apoapsis is the highest point on our orbit, and that is 80,000 meters is how high we'll get before we start falling back down to the planet. Once you get to 70 kilometers, you're out of the atmosphere. There's no wind slowing you down, nothing. So once we get up there to 70 kilometers, we'll be able to turn over completely sideways and not worry about the atmosphere slowing us down. So now what we want to do is get into orbit. So we've made it up into space, but we're just going to fall back down. What we need to do now is add our apoapsis. We're going to select it and add a maneuver. We're going to take this prograde marker here. We're going to move it until this dotted line goes around the planet. And now our periapsis will appear back here. Our periapsis is the lowest point in our orbit. So it's at 72 right now. We want to make that 80. Okay, 77, 78, that's close enough. We'll leave it right there. And now what we'll do is point at our maneuver node by clicking this red button down here. And it says our time to go is T-minus 17 seconds, so we're just going to go ahead and go. And we're going to have to change stages. Whoa, we're going fast. And stage, and start the next engine, boom. Okay, and now we'll get up into orbit. And we've made it to orbit. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but that's just a really quick tutorial. Remember, when you start at the launch pad, you want to go up until you're at 10 kilometers, turn over sideways, where it says 90 degrees on the nav ball, and then keep going up and up and up until your apoapsis is high enough that you're not in the atmosphere anymore. Then once you get to the apoapsis, you want to keep burning forward, keep going, and then it'll bring your periapsis up high enough to where you won't fall down and crash. Now I wonder if I could land this as is. Let's find out. So to land, well, there goes our little rocket bit. It died. To land, I'm going to go around. If we don't do this, Jebediah will die. If we fail the landing, Jebediah will die. Hopefully he won't. That should be good. Okay, we'll just keep pointing this direction. Fast forward a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Now this engine is not made for the atmosphere, so it's not nearly as effective. If I wanted to actually land the correct way, I would put a little parachute up here on the front. And then this whole thing would be easy. But I don't like doing things the easy way. This might take a minute. I don't like fast forwarding through things like this, where the outcome actually matters a little bit, because I don't feel like the simulation is perfect when you're fast forwarding, and it can lead me to falling faster than I should be. You can also click up here to change it from showing the sea level to the level of the land that you're above. It helps with landings and things. You can also take your little green men and click the EVA button. Oh, I'm in the way of it. Oop. You can click the EVA button down here at the bottom of the screen, and it will let you, it'll let them do a spacewalk. And you can have them float around in space and actually repair things. Like, say you broke a tire on your rover. You can go out and fix it. Maybe you forgot a solar panel on your satellite. You can go out and add one. You can do all kinds of things. So we're going to let the atmosphere slow us down as much as possible. As we go over these mountains, you'll see the altimeter drop really fast. Oops, we flipped around. That's not good. See if we can pull up a little bit. Will help us kind of glide our way down instead of just plummeting straight down to Kerbin. Still going 1,000 meters a second. This is stupid fast. Going Mach 3 right now. Okay. Jebediah's about to die. Jebediah's gonna die. This is it for Jebediah. Wait, I forgot. I forgot. They have parachutes now. Oh, my camera is going at 2 frames a second. I forgot they have parachutes now. So I could have just had them float down and be safe. Well, so I have a question. Should Jebediah just stay dead, or should I bring him back? Jebediah is my favorite astronaut. I'd like to bring him back. But he can be permadead. Jeb died for science. Okay. It's a vote for death. Can science bring him back? Stay died. Okay. Jebediah is dead. I think he can eventually come back, but I haven't seen it happen. I think I have to play on this save for so long that he eventually just gets cycled back around. Okay. Jebediah is gone. Apparently being dead under the water there made my frame rate really, really bad. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there. I've been going for a couple hours now. Going on almost 3 hours, actually. We're talking about Jeb. This ain't Minecraft. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can check out the Bitstram YouTube channel. Actually, it should be on Twitch now. I was working on all that yesterday. I'll get it real quick. I also have a VODs channel. But here is the YouTube channel. I've got some funny videos there. You can see some of the highlights from previous streams. I also have a Twitter where you can keep updated on when the next stream's coming and what's going to be. So, but that's all on my Twitch page. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. All right. Good night. Sleep well. Bye.